Okay. All right. Now, my friends, now we are
Okay, we're
live.
on the air.
Now we're on the air. Officially
On
on
the
the
air
air.
right now.
We're on the
I'm
air.
so happy to be on this program and extend my thank yous to Chris Holmes out there, across the Atlantic. And I'm so excited to have you on the new album Alliance and also in the new video, The Ultimate Alliance. Thank you.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
It was a nice. Go ahead. Sorry, Chris.
It's been 38 years since we played together.
Yeah, I know. Time flies.
So,
I remember we played at the Lyceum. Remember, we did a show there, and you guys were awesome, and you played awesome. And I had the pleasure of meeting you after the show at the party. And Kiss were there, like Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Bon Jovi. It was a real fun party.
at the brew, it's called. It was at the brewery. The brewery.
I think that's the name of the place.
Yeah.
But it was in London, England. And then it was just a fun time. And I remember how tall I thought I was tall. Man, I was looking up at you, man. It's like, wow, look at this guy. Unbelievable.
All right, just so everybody knows, I don't want me to cut you guys off. Thor, the epic new studio album, July 16th via Cleopatra will be released. It's called Alliance. And that's why Chris is on. That's why everybody else is going to jump on, because it's an alliance of artists that are joining us. This is your 39th. Is that 39? 39 studio album. Chris, 39 studio albums Thor has. That's including, of course, Greatest Hits in Live, right?
39?
39.
Yeah, my goal is to do a million. I want to do a million studio albums.
Yeah, a million. Can you?
What's going on, Sarah?
Hey, hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
I'm doing fine.
Good.
Bonjour.
Good. Bonjour. Comment ça va? This
Ça va
meeting
bien.
is being recorded.
No, it's good. It's good. It's fine. I'm recording it. It's fine. It's good.
Okay,
No,
great,
it's
great.
okay.
They had a big
Bye-bye.
thing in the
Bonsoir.
screen. I couldn't see anything.
No, it's good. It's good.
That
All
was
right.
my face. You saw my face. It was a big thing on the screen. I'll try to adjust my.
Just to bring you guys, the Ultimate Alliance. The Ultimate Alliance was the first single, and that's where Chris was on. He played guitar on that song. It was like it just came out. The video's out. Rock'em Sock'em first song, in your face. Thor is back. I love the production. Congratulations, Thor. So sorry to cut you guys.
Thank you
off.
very much. And I hope you saw and how he portrayed and how he is. Chris is a rock god, a guitar god, and his part is so incredible. It's like the pyramids of Egypt. So we tried to portray him that way in the video. If you see that, he's bigger than life. He's like a statue, an Egyptian statue, in praise to the gods.
Cleopatra.
That's really good, Chris. That's a big compliment. You're an Egyptian statue.
That's Cleopatra. Yeah.
Yeah, Cleopatra.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It all ties in, right? Yeah.
And just going back to this, you guys played together. Thor back in the 80s and W.A.S.P back in the 80s. And you talked about this right before, but just to give everybody some context. John, where was it? Where was it exactly? What state was it in? Did you play in England or did you play
We
in the
played
US?
in London, England, and it was at the Lyceum. And we opened up for W.A.S.P. And we both had, I think, pretty good sized props. They had the big buzzsaw. It was pretty amazing.
Yes.
And then, we had lions with lasers shooting out of their eyes and stuff like that. So it was the time of theatrics, I think. The bigger the theatrics, the better. So it was quite a show.
Yeah, and I remember you had some issues with Blackie.
He used to take a mic stand and bend it around. I think it was a guitar player's neck.
Yes, I used to do all kinds of stunts, bend steel in my teeth and mic stands around the guitar player's neck, or have bricks smashed off my chest. I think
You still do that anymore?
No, I have we still do the theatrics, but not the strength feats. You know, I've broken too many ribs and I've broken too many teeth and bulged my eyeballs out so many times. You know, I don't do the hot water bottle anymore either. So I mean, we have a very theatrical show, but not all the strength feats. It's more like battles on stage with giants and loci and stuff like that. How about yourself? I'm looking forward to when you tour Canada.
Yeah, I hope next year. I hope next June or whatever around. Yeah, I think it's been 2 years or a year now. I was booked there last year. It's whatever. That Lyceum show, that was the first W.A.S.P video. That was a full length video. They filmed that. They had a film crew there, you know, with proper.
Oh
camera.
yeah, it's quite famous. It's a tremendous video and a tremendous show you guys put on. Really, really amazing. And as I said, it was a lot of fun to meet up with you guys after. And it was just a really unique party with so many celebs there, and it was fun to be all together.
It was a drunk fest.
Yeah, I would say so.
Chris, okay, and Chris, John, just so you know, Chris has got a DVD that's out now.
Yes, tremendous DVD.
Yeah,
I've seen some cuts from it, and I just love it. Mean Man.
Yeah. The story of me.
I know it's an amazing story, a really great story, and we've actually have shared promotion from Cleopatra Records on our site.
Yeah.
Yes, the DVD is on Cleopatra. That's a good point.
It's nice. A lot of people chug vodka and swear at my mom. You know, this shows one other aspect of my life other than that. You know.
Yes.
I'll never live that down. Never live that.
Well,
down.
we go at our ages. We go through many stages in life.
Shit.
If you can last this long, right?
Oh yeah, when your hair gets gray, see, like that. Yeah, I love it.
There you go.
And Chris, what
All
about
right.
the new album? What about your new album that you're trying to wrap up, I guess?
Yeah. I just finished up the last guitar solo yesterday, and I'm sending it to the guy that mixes it if it gets there, and then he can put it on and start mixing all the rest of the songs, and then he sends it to me, and I okay it, yes or no, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when can we expect this now? Like when, like the complete album, right?
In about probably 3 months from right now. It'll
Really?
probably be done. It'll probably be done in a few weeks, but it just takes time to do all the other crap. You know, all the whatever, you know, putting it together and then putting it on the CD and all that stuff. You know.
Do you think it's going to be released in a few months, or do you think that it's just going to be finished and ready to be sort of shot?
No, it'll
around?
probably be released in about 3 months.
Wow,
we
I'm
plan on-
pretty excited. Yeah, that's great. All right.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about the new album, other than that?
It would have been done a long time ago if the COVID hadn't hit, and it's just been postponed. It's all the songs on there are just about what I've done in my life, you know, experiences and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Is it coming out on Cleopatra?
No.
Okay.
Because I've been there, done that, and got nothing out of it. Why do it again? Right?
All right.
And it's easier to sell on Bandcamp and then I sell it at my shows. And that's
I got you. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to release it. That's cool. That's cool too.
giving it to somebody.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. To hearing it.
And Chris, on the last note, And the last note,
no,
what? Okay, we've heard a couple of tracks, right? But
yeah,
is it all basically just Chris Holmes, straightforward, heavy metal? That's it. What's the like the musical direction?
It's there's a few slower. There's one ballad called "In God's Hands."
Mm-hmm.
It's a ballad, and it's got some real pretty voice. Well, as pretty as I could possibly sing, vocal melodies to it, singing in God's hands, and the rest of the stuff's all a little bit heavier, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Very
Steve?
exciting.
Yeah. We got Steve and Millie saying hi. They just dropped by to say hi. The Grimmets, Steve Grimmett, of course. You know, they were.
Oh, the Grimmets. Yeah.
Yes. We're all good friends with them.
Yeah.
On a last note, before we leave Chris and we jump to the rest of everyone else, again, Chris Holmes appears on the first single of Thor on the new album Alliance, and we'll keep repeating that theme of the Alliance. So the album has 17 songs, Chris. It has 17 songs, and every song has a different Alliance member, we'll call it, or artist.
Yeah, that's happening.
Well, it's the Justice League of Metal.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's fair to say.
And Chris Holmes is the Egyptian god of this alliance. Is that his character? What is
That's
it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say he's like the superhero Egyptian god of metal, you know?
Yeah.
Even
All
though
right,
he
Chris.
lives in France. Yeah.
Yes. Chris, I know it's late there in France. I thank you so much. Always jumping on. We'll do this again.
Yeah.
Have yourself a great night.
Hey,
and
man.
We're going to jump to the rest of the
Great
guys.
to see you. Yeah, thanks to Sarah, too. Thank you, guys,
Yeah.
for being on this record and being involved.
See you later.
Really appreciate it.
All right, later.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
Yep.
Chris. All right. So let me just see how I can. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's bring in what do we want to call them? The Thor Band Alliance? What do we want to call them? The Thor. Thor's?
They're the Alliance. Part of the Thor Alliance, the Thor Corps.
The Thor Corps. I like that. The Thor.
There's
Corps.
many names for them. Many names.
All right, here we go. Let's bring on those many names. And there it is. There's John. There's Ted. And there's Stuart. Guys, where are we connecting? Is everything good?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Happy belated birthday to you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Happy birthday. See, I remembered.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thor reminded me.
Yeah, I turned the ripe old age of 35 on Saturday.
Wow, 35. To be 35 again, right, John?
Yeah.
Thor?
Well, you know,
Pretty soon he'll be too old to be in the band. I'll have to get some more people.
well,
these guys are getting too old.
As a cancer survivor, 35 is kind of a milestone for me. So
That's
you know,
cool. That's
happy
cool.
to be
That's
around
cool.
still.
All right, so who do we got here? We got Kevin Stewart Swain.
Hey, Kevin. Long time
Jimmy.
no see, buddy. How you been?
We got Ted, and we got John. So John plays guitar, Ted plays bass, Kevin Stewart plays guitar. All these guys in the Thor world or the Thor Alliance, we got the U.S. Thor and we got the Canadian Thor, and Kevin sort of on the producing, songwriting on the Canadian side, and we got John and Ted on the U.S. songwriting and producing side.
We actually overlapped a little bit because there was a East Coast leg of the tour a couple years back that we did, and I originally wasn't able to make it, but then things moved around and I was able to hop on. So Ted and myself got to play with Kevin and obviously Thor for a few dates on the East Coast, and that was a lot of fun.
All right.
It sure was.
Stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to so everybody who just joined in now, we're going to be rotating guests. This is the Thor Corps. And on this new album, The Alliance, the 39th album of Thor, you know, there's 17 tracks. And everybody, all you guys, plus other artists that a lot of people know of, people like Danko Jones. Is Danko a real name?
I can't answer that.
No idea.
Is Danko a real name? Like, I mean,
Yes, it is his real name. Danko.
But I mean, was it maybe like a stage name or is it a real name?
No, that's his real name, Danko
All
Jones.
right, all right. And he's a Canadian. Cool.
Canadian
Danko's
guy,
great,
yeah.
by the way. Frank
Tremendous person
Tremendous.
and tremendous talent.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
we have Dan Cleary from Stryker, right?
Yes.
He does some guests.
Yeah, repping the shirt.
Frank Soda from the Imps back in the day with Thor.
Another great guitar player.
Yeah. And we
Yes,
have,
I used to
oh my
lift
God.
him up over my head. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we got to play a live entertainment venue featuring the things that women do on a stage. And the first half of the set had Frank Soda playing, and then the second half of the set we took over, and it was a tremendous time.
Very, very cool. Very cool. We have, of course, Sean Peck. We'll talk to later.
Yep.
We have who's that? Nina Osigueda, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah, Nina Osigueda. Yep.
She does that power vocals on the first single. So Ted,
Hey, with Nina, she makes glass break. So she's amazing. She hits those high notes, and all the windows will break in your house.
Yeah, Nina plays in A Sound of Thunder, which is an awesome band, East Coast band, and they've just put out a ton of great albums. So make sure to check those guys out. A Sound of Thunder.
Yep.
Sound of Thunder, and Fang von Rosenstein. Is that how I pronounce it right?
Yeah, so that's his real name is Ty Christian. He's in the band Lords of the Trident. So Ted and I, we go way back even before joining Thor. We have an original project called Dawn of Valor, and during those years we've played with both The Sound of Thunder and Lords of the Trident. And then, as we started playing with Thor, we wanted to make sure that, hey, you know what, we're friends with these guys. We want to keep playing shows with them and get them in front of bigger crowds, because hey, when you play with Thor, you play in front of big crowds. So, we were able to get A Sound of Thunder to do a couple of dates with us. We were able to get Lords of the Trident to do a couple of dates with us, and we just maintained that friendship throughout the years. So, it was awesome getting them on the album. This is Nina's first time being on a Thor album. This is Ty's second time being on a Thor album. He made his debut on Beyond the Pain Barrier for the single The Calling.
Yeah. All right, cool. And I want to flip over to Canada with Kevin. Kevin, there's a song called Because We Are Strong.
Yep.
And let me tell you, everybody, I want to inform everybody out there, this is like a spectacular song, really, really well done. And it's got the bagpipes. Just talk about that a little bit.
Well, I just wanted to put bagpipes on it, and I know a guy that plays bagpipes, so I said to John, what do you think? He was all over it. It said bagpipes to me at the end there. And the drummer, Scott Young, that I've worked with on a few Thor things, plays bagpipes. So he warmed himself up. I think he worked for about a week to get into shape, because apparently it's quite a thing to blow on those bagpipes, and nailed it. It's I'm really happy to try different instruments like that. It was so cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool song. And Ted, all right, so the mastermind producer of the videos.
I can't take all the credit. So Josh Grambo here in Denver, he actually did all the special effects and editing for this new video. So I think it's awesome. I think the CGI stuff is, gives you that other world that as the pandemic, we're not all able to get together and film together. So we all did green screen in various locations across, the country and Canada, and Chris Holmes over in France. So yeah, it's pretty cool that, and it looks like we're all in the same spot with that green screen and computer graphics.
And John Leibel, you're
Yes.
playing a lot of the leads. Which John? I'm going to call you Thor, John. John Michael
Okay,
Thor.
just
I'm
call
going to call
me
John.
Thor.
John. I'll just call you Thor.
Yeah,
Don't
just
call
call
me
me
There's
John.
no confusion.
John. Hey,
There's no
he's the
confusion.
God. I'm not the God. He's the God.
John, so you play lead guitar in like almost every track, I would think, right? And you do a lot of songwriting too, right?
And I mean, that's just if we're talking Ultimate Alliance, talk about, so again, I just turned 35. The fact that I grew up listening to bands like W.A.S.P and Manowar, and that I got to write a song where I get a little spot in the middle in between guitar solos of Ross the Boss and Chris Holmes. I mean, you want to talk about checking something off the bucket list,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's it.
How cool is that, right?
Yeah, and you got your own, and I noticed over the years you have your own guitar tone too. And it's cool. You got a sound there, and that's cool.
Well,
now,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And Thor, Now you have all these merry men around you, right?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Thor. There's only one Thor.
Anybody
here.
else around? You talking to me? Hey.
How do you keep it all together with all these guys? You know, you guys got in Canada, you guys got in the US, and you're dealing with guys in LA like Frank Meyer, and just you have so many people. How do you keep them all together and you work together? It's not easy.
Well, we're friends, right? First and foremost, we're friends, and you know, we would help each other in a heartbeat. You know, if anybody needed any help, and you know, these relationships like Frank Meyer and my relationship goes back over 20 years. Frank Soda and my relationship goes back 50 years, and you know, and these new guys, these young upstarts. The youngins. It's getting older too. I mean, it's getting on too. We started in 2017. That's where I met John Leibel in 2017, and Kevin Stewart Swain back in about 2011. We did a concert together. But you know, we have respect for each other, and when you have respect for each other, then you have like these guys have so much talent to give, and you know, that perseverance, you got to have perseverance and focus, and you can just do wonders together. You work together, whether it's across the miles and you're doing it on Dropbox or whatever. And I think we have a lifetime relationship, and that's not being weird or anything, you know, but
No,
it's a lifetime relationship of creators and friends.
Okay. And Stuart, Kevin.
Yep.
Kevin, speak to me about, last album was good, but when you compare last album production to this album's production, speak to me about, is it light years ahead, and what you're looking for on your songs, I guess, in the production on your songs.
Okay, well, the last album, it was a really unique time because we didn't intend to do a full album, and John, Thor, had to go out on tour. You could see this pandemic thing coming in the more you watch the news. So we were against, we were on a real time limit. I liked the album and everything. I wanted more time. So that's why, on that album, I re-recorded and remixed the 2 singles. And even the third one, I was part of that with The Rut, and wanted to just take the, I wanted more time. So this time it was a perfect storm because of the pandemic. As horrible as it is, one of the silver linings was we were all stuck at home with a lot of time to work. And John, in Vancouver, if you live alone, you can have 2 people in your bubble. So I had Lisa Freakrock and John Michael Thor, and like he says, we're friends. Like I think John's just the greatest guy. And so he'd come over and visit, and we'd work, and we had all this time, and we were able to take those production values up. So I'd say this record sounds the best of any record I've been involved with John. It's really, it's close to the finish line. It's good. It's real good.
All right. And John Leibel, what are your thoughts from your perspective on the production of this album versus the other few albums that you were on in the past?
Yeah. So, I mean, since starting with Beyond the Pain Barrier up until here, we've had different guys mix master. We started locally with my buddy Will Maravallis for the first album, but then as things kept progressing, Ted actually went ahead and brought in a heavy hitter, Akeem.
Hey, pronounce it, man.
I pronounce it. Sorry, I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. Akeem Kula. Wonderful
good. Sounds good to
fellow.
me.
He actually did Ross the Boss's New Metal Leader album. So he did a lot of the mastering and stuff on the final album, on this last one. So that was really cool. I've always been into that German heavy metal sound. So that it was just really cool to be able to have him on some of that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think we made a leap on this one. I really do.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I was just saying, speaking of Germany, Timo Wuerres did the painting. He's from Germany.
Yes.
And also the illustration was done by Simon Williams of Wales.
So I'm showing the Thor, where you have that hammer in the air that's probably one of your best album covers. I would think.
Thank you.
Ted, what do you think? Is that one of the best album covers by Thor? Ted, have we lost you?
Ted, did we lose you?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, good. All right, Kevin likes
I love it.
All right. On that note, since Ted refused to speak to us,
Technical difficulties. The
All right.
idea is that
all right. So on that note, we're gonna drop off with you guys. We're gonna bring in Ross the boss. Thank you everybody for your time.
Thank you so much.
The album.
Jimmy,
Yeah, guys. All the best to you, and I'll see you guys on tour.
We'll
thanks,
see
Jimmy.
you
Thanks
on
for
tour,
the-
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Good to see
Thanks,
you
Ted.
guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
John.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Let me drop everybody off. All right. There we go. There we go. Just hit the red button there.
All right. Hey, great talking to you, Jimmy. Great
No
meeting.
problem, man. Have a nice day.
Yep.
Kevin, you're still there.
Yeah, just I'm a Luddite with this stuff.
All good.
Not giving me. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Stop
wait,
video.
I hit the red button. I think.
I could drop you off.
Got it. Got it.
Oh, there we go.
Good. All right.
Lead meeting. Okay. Hey, give Ross my best. He'll tell you about the times I've opened up for him and stuff.
You bet.
Yep.
All right, man. You know, Thor, you're like my co-host today. You know that.
It's a real pleasure. Pleasure. To be
There's
on
the
your
man.
show
There's
today.
look what I'm doing. Look what I got here. All right, he's connecting.
Oh,
Ross, look, I wore this just for you today.
Hey,
oh, that's nice.
there he is.
Look how nice that T-shirt looks. Holy fuck.
It is. Look at it.
Hi, Ross. How are you?
That's
What's
Ross
up?
right there with his sword.
Yeah. How you
All
doing?
right. You know, thanks for coming on, Ross. We're kind of celebrating, you know, the release or the pre-release of this album. You know, you played on the Ultimate Alliance, great guitar solo. But you guys have some
Incredible.
history there. You guys have some history there together with the Dictators. John, Thor.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of of Ross in the Dictators, and a fan of the Dictators, and also a fan of his inclusion in Manowar. And back in 2001, I came to New York. They were having John Holstrom was having a huge celebration for Punk Magazine. It was at CBGB's, and I had the pleasure of meeting up again after many years. The first time I briefly met you in the early was about '84, and then in 2001 I got to see you again and to say hello. So I thought that was a great evening.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I think there's a picture of circling around with me, Joey, you, some other people. I don't know. Was it CBG?
Yeah, there's a picture of back from the '80s of you, Joey, and our drummer Mike Favada.
Bavada, yeah.
Yeah, Favada. Yeah.
I remember. I think he always wanted to be in the Dictators too.
Yeah, well, he was from Long Island. I think he tried out for the Dictators. He tried out, but
And
you guys cut him. You guys cut him right away. You said, "Get out of here, man. You don't have the chops."
Guys, has there ever been a rumble between Manowar and Thor back in the day?
I don't remember. I don't recall any of that.
A rumble. I could see that. No.
There was never never rumble. You know, we all had the same loincloths, you know.
Well, you speak for yourself.
All right. So, Ross, quickly. Okay, today the Death Dealer released a single, right? It was a single. You want to speak to that just fast, and then maybe tell us about the Dictators.
Yeah, it's 22 Gone, it's called. And it was a song on the third Death Dealer record, Conquered Lands. And it's about, our veterans coming home and just not doing very well. Totally, I don't know, mentally, there's PTSD, a tremendous case of it. And that 22 of our veterans commit suicide every day. And that's what the song is about. And we wanted to bring light to the subject of how bad this is, how bad a problem this is. I mean, we can't understand it if you haven't served. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but we're bringing up the subject, and it's a stark video. And I was depressed. I said this has to be one of the most depressing videos ever. But you know what? I'm not depressed anymore. I'm enlightened. I'm enlightened to the fact of what this problem is. And it's just these people that go away and serve us and fight for our freedom. It's just men and women. They come home, and a lot of them are broken. And we need to, we need to help them.
Raise awareness, right? Raise awareness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
So
if anybody's wondering what that sound is in the background, that's the batting cage, right?
That's
There's the
right.
ball's been whipped.
It's not very busy today. I have one cage going, but I have 10,000 square feet. It's called The Cage. It's here in Middle Village, Queens, and we're open, and thank God. I mean, this place is doing great, so we have a big travel organization of baseball, 16 teams, and, at least that part is going well.
Thor, I think this is a first, having Ross the Boss and Thor together, like the two legends of power metal or muscle rock or whatever you want to call it, right, Thor?
Well, I just want to say there's a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for Ross, and I want to thank you personally for being on the track for one thing, Ultimate Alliance, and also starring in the video as well as a VIP guest. And that's why we wanted to make yourself and Chris Holmes like gods. If you look in the video, you're like a pyramid. The pyramids out there in the Egyptian sands. You're amazing. I hope it somehow resembles your guitar playing.
Well, I recognize the one solo. I recognize the intro, and I recognize the bit where you put where I see myself. So it's
It's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated.
So tell us, Ross, about the Dictators. All right, what's happening with Albert Bouchard there?
It couldn't be better. Couldn't be better at that front. As you know, we've released 2 songs with 2 videos. Goddamn New York and Let's Get the Band Back Together. Mm-hmm. And the third one is we're sending it off to be mixed, and we're working on a video for the third song. That's what we're doing. We're just putting out songs. And then when we go on tour, we're just going to package it up and either put out an EP or an album or something. So we'll have something to sell. And, vinyl, something, how that works. And so we're going to be releasing that song maybe within a month. And then we have a song that we're going to put out for the holidays.
Okay. It's not like is it a Christmas song? Like Dictators Does Christmas, like Rudolph, or
kind of like
an elf or something?
It's an ode to festival. Yeah. It's
Thor's got a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Christmas in Valhalla. That was my Christmas album.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Who invented this? Now let's get to the bottom of it. What's that symbol there? Like you guys do there? What is it like that?
I have to say, I did that in 1976. And that was something we did all the time.
What symbol was that?
How do you do that? Like, what's that arm thing there? Oh yeah, I know you're holding.
It's called
the
iron hammer symbol. It's a greeting. I mean, if I saw you guys on the street, I would greet you with that instead of a handshake or an elbow. I'd give you that greeting. Because you're a fellow rock warrior and metal avenger.
That's it. Thor, when you were in England in I guess the 80s, Manowar was there at the same time, right?
They sure were. Yep.
Yeah.
They were all over the place.
Did you guys tour together? What was the story there?
We never got a chance to play together. A lot of promoters wanted us to play together, but we were always in Melody Maker all the time. There were articles of Manowar and Thor, and many times we were compared, right? Because it's the Viking rock, warrior rock, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you have any memories of that time, Ross?
Well, we were there when we first got there. We that was the country that gave us all our all the you know, the energy.
Accolades. Yeah.
We were getting, you know, before we got there, I mean, we would like, you know, who is this band? And we were shooting our mouths off like, we are the fastest, we are the heaviest, we have the most equipment, we are the, you know, we are the slowest, we are the fastest, you know. And then, you know, and by the time we finally made it there, everybody had to see this band. We just had to see it. You know, we got on the cover of Sounds, we got the Kerrang cover twice. We were just like, and the first show actually was Mercyful Fate was opening for us.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they were going to do the whole tour, actually. And you never heard this story?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know you guys played together.
Yeah, the very first tour, Mercyful Fate was our special guests. So, you know, you have time. Do I have time for this story?
Yeah, you got a few minutes. Sean's not there yet, so we're waiting for Sean Peck to jump on.
Okay, so we're in. Finally, we get all our equipment. We ship it all over. Every single bit of it, of the Wall of Doom. Every, you know, I had 12 bottoms and 7 heads, and Joey had 32 15s and 24 12s, and everything was there, brand spanking new. And we set it up, and then Mercyful Fate come traipsing in with their, you know, with like a box or something, and they took one look at our equipment and they said, "Oh, could we use your equipment?" And then Joey goes, "Could we fuck your wife?" And so like it was like, you know, just it got better from there, you know. So Joey was like, you know, he never minced words with anybody. So no, you can't. So we said, we're going to let you, after all our hard work and dues paying and suffering, we're going to let you go on our stage, and you're going to use our equipment that we fucking busted our asses for. I don't think so. I said, Joey goes, you take every bit of gear you have and throw that up on stage. Go out into the town and borrow some more equipment and get some gear and throw it up on stage, and let's see what happens. And so it went, you know, the show went on. King Diamond was, you know, I thought he was great. I mean, I love the guy. And yeah, I really do. I mean, he came out and he had his bones, and you know, and then after the show, okay, that was cool. But and after the gig, we did our show, yeah, and then what happened the next day? We had another show, and they didn't show up. They didn't show up to the tour. They didn't call the promoter. They didn't call the local promoter. They didn't call anybody. They just fucked off the tour. The entire
You guys
tour.
roughed them up.
Well, they said then of course we start hearing, well, Manowar didn't give us any sound. They didn't give us any lights. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. But unfortunately for them, all of Kerrang's staff was there. All of Melody Maker, all of Sound was there. Every news outlet, a metal outlet, was there for the first Manowar show in the UK, and they couldn't lie because they were all there. And they all said, no, that's completely bullshit, man. They had full lights, full sound. They had everything. Wow. Manowar gave them everything, and they fucked off the tour. And to this day, their guitar players that Sean played with, Dan and Sherman, those guys, I asked them, I go, whatever happened to you guys? And they don't know. No one knows nothing. Okay.
They never know anything.
Nobody knows nothing, which was really pretty cute. But that's that story. And I'm
that's a cool story.
And I'm no like, no Manowar sycophant, but I'm there because I was there. I mean, you know, I was there, you know. And so whenever they said, though, Manowar was a son of a bitch, they didn't give you anything, I said, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, because everyone saw it.
All right, Ross. On that note, Death Dealer, new single, coming out. It's out. It's coming out. Dictators.
The EP.
Yeah, the EP. Yeah.
And albums 4 and 5 are recorded already.
And that's the segue into Sean Peck right now.
Yeah, I mean, him and Stu have been absolutely going berserk. You know, which is really, I mean, it's made me amazed. And I'm a workaholic, and this guy is just. These two they're on. All right,
Ross, it's been a pleasure.
Yes,
you're gonna sign off. Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you on tour, man.
John, great to see you, Ross. Thanks a lot again.
Okay, hail and kill. Tell you.
Hail to England.
Yeah. Oh, Fuck them. Fuck all y'all. Take care.
Fuck
Take
everybody.
Care, hail to Canada.
Take
right,
care, man. Keep cool down there in the USA. Man.
Okay. That's another issue.
Okay.
Okay. Take care, boys.
Goodbye.
See you, man. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's admit the next one in. See what we're doing here, eh? John, you're like my co-host.
Yeah, there you go. I got a little surprise for you after.
Okay,
A
good.
little surprise later.
Is that Legos? What's behind you there?
Hey,
Sean,
you doing,
can you hear
man?
us? Sean.
Hey!
Hey, Sean. How you doing?
We got
man?
the anchor of Metal News on today. Look at that.
Did you hear my David Coverdale impersonation?
No,
It was
no.
freaking amazing.
Do it right now. Do it right now.
Hello, Edward. I'm so happy to be here. He's when he usually talks to Eddie Trunk. That's why I say Edward. But we're doing an interview with the mighty Thor. I think it's amazing.
Okay. So here we go.
Hey, it's great to see you. It gives me a chance to thank you for being on the album. Thanks so much.
It was cool. I watched your documentary film. I loved it. And like, John's a good friend of mine. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I think I did it for free too. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Look at that.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate that. I guess I owe you a favor.
You owe me we'll arm wrestle on video next time I see you.
I don't want too many people to see you beat me, though.
I don't know, man.
You still got the guns, Thor. You still got the guns.
Yeah.
Thor versus the Juggernaut, right?
Thor versus the Juggernaut.
Thor versus the Juggernaut. War of the Gods featuring Sean Peck of the Three Tremors.
Yes.
Death Dealer, who released a single today. Death Dealer's a single.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Cage Legacy. Go ahead, John. Thor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that Sean Peck's voice is out of this world. That's why he had to sing an out of this world song about the gods.
Yes.
I'm now on like comic book auctions online, like on this app all day. So I'm comic book guy from way back when. And I have a $3,000 Juggernaut statue in my bedroom. I mean, it was the perfect song for me.
Yeah. And
Excellent.
again, it's a power metal track, right? I don't know how to describe it. It's just power metal, high octane vocals. Is that how we call it? Is that a good way to explain it?
Yeah. I mean, I do the lower register. He does the higher register.
I thought you were doing the higher one. He was doing the lower one, John.
That's it.
So, Sean, what else is up? What else? Tell us about what's going on in your life other than Death Dealer and it's a new Three Tremors album, I hear.
Well, first of all, the song, I love the song, Matt. I thought it was really cool, and I tweaked the lyrics and the vocals a little bit. So I liked how I was doing the delivery on the verses, and I think I made some contributions to the song. But I think all the songs I've heard on the Thor album are really fucking cool, and I think that's great. John is whoever's writing the songs, I'm sure he's part of most of the songs with you, but it's got the heart of heavy metal, and you can feel the vibe, and anything that's defending the faith of true heavy metal, I'm all about. You know that.
Well, thank you very much. And maybe we'll appear together and recreate that song on stage in full costume.
That would be amazing.
You know what, Thor? Tell me about the theme of the Alliance, and we didn't talk about this today. And you'll be interested in this, Sean, and that's what he's leading to. What are you going to be doing on tour when actually there is a tour? What is your plans for this Alliance?
I'm going to fly everybody in for one big show.
Holy shit.
Everybody, whether they're from France or from South Korea, England, Germany, United States, everybody's going to fly in, and we're going to do one big gigantic show here in Vancouver, British Columbia. That's one of my plans.
Okay. And what was the other one? Every time you're in the city.
Ultimate Alliance.
That's it. And John Thor, tell me about, like, every time you hit a city, you wanted to have that singer of that city jump on stage with you and do the song.
Yeah, that's the other plan, was that we would go out as Thor Alliance, and then in each city, we would go to the cities where the guests came from, the VIP guests, such as Sean Peck, and Chris Holmes, and in each city, the VIP guests would sing their song on stage with us.
There you go. And
I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, when you come see me, I mean, you're in Southern California, you can't really beat that. So that's going to be the best one. We're in SoCal, and it's me and you. I mean, sign me up.
I might have to cancel the one in South Korea then.
That's right. I hear it's a nice weather there in South Korea.
I know they got the Olympics. Are they going to do the Olympics? I don't know.
I should have also mentioned John Gallagher from Raven. He does the first track, We Need Muscle Rock. And man, what a vocal he does on that song. He kicks on. Unreal. And Nifhel, we forgot to talk about that one. It's a Bjorn Stride from Soilwork who does the voice on that one. Talk about those two there quickly, Thor.
That's going to be the next audio single, Nifhel.
It's
going to be coming out, I believe, July 1st. Okay. And then it'll be followed up by multiple videos and singles from the album.
All right. Sean, what else you got going?
I could talk for like 5 hours on what I got going. I mean, I'm trying not to hog all the airtime, but
summarize.
We just put out the single off the Death Dealer Conquered Lands album. We don't put our albums up on streaming. You have to buy the album in order to hear it. The Spotify evil overlords, I don't care what any of the music business people say, you have to give it up to Spotify. I'm not fucking giving my shit to Spotify for free. When Friday rolls around and I can just click a button and listen to the album for free, fuck that. And we get support. We get supported by people in the industry and the fans with taking this stand. And this song was so good. It was this ballad that Ross is like, dude, we gotta. The people didn't buy this album. They gotta hear this song. And it's. I don't ever sing ballads, nor do I sing such depressing, horribly sad songs. And this came out so good that Ross calls it the 22 Gone. It's called. It's about 22 soldiers in America supposedly commit suicide every day, which is a staggering number. And Ross calls it the most depressing song in heavy metal history, which I'm very proud of. And we put that one out. And what else? We have, I've been doing the Metal Daily News, mostly just to entertain myself and make myself crack jokes about the metal news, which is I found pretty entertaining. And that's fun. And then I've got a million other things. With the Death Dealer EP is the next thing coming out. That's going to the manufacturing plant now. The Three Tremors new album is done. That comes out September or October. The new Cage album's almost done. The fourth Death Dealer album's done. The fifth Death Dealer album's almost done. I got a million guest crap I've done. I mean, people are going to be so nauseated by me and like, God, another release by this guy. Tell him to shut the fuck up.
Well, speaking of a lot of releases, how many albums do you think Thor has released?
Fantastic.
14, 17, 14.
Oh, 39 albums.
39 fucking, holy Christ.
Going for a million. If I sell one album of each at 1 million releases, I have a million seller.
You've gone platinum. You've gone platinum. Sean, you might beat Thor at this.
That's good math. I thought I was good when I released 3 albums in 1 month on Pecktober a couple of years ago. I thought
wow, that's a good one. That's amazing. 3 in 1 month.
But everything's there's just going to be a major onslaught of videos, and we do tons of advertising. We're in every frickin' print magazine in the world practically, and filming a music video for the Three Tremors, which is got like 3 smoking hot chicks driving a car, beating the shit out of people. I mean, with lots of fire, blood. I'm like, if I want to watch a music video, I want to see 3 hot chicks, have a couple of them make out, have them beat some dudes up, shoot some guns and light some shit on fire and speed around in a car. So that's the loose concept for that one right now.
So you're going old school. That's what you're saying. All right.
That sounds phenomenal. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to hear it. Sounds awesome.
All right. So I'm just trying to think of what else on this album. I mean, we've talked about a lot of it. Who else is on this album? We have, I said Stryker, Dan Cleary from Stryker. You've heard of Dan Cleary from Stryker, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stryker's cool.
There's also Uncle Floyd is on the album. Uncle Floyd. You remember Uncle Floyd?
No.
He's very famous back in the day. David Bowie and John Lennon used to watch him religiously back in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. And he makes a little guest appearance. He's a legendary television guy, you know. So a lot of people, I mean, I have to make a list here.
Well, I have the list in front of me. I have the list in front of me.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you got everybody.
But I'm just repeating everybody's name here.
Dennis Post, William Church. You know, I'll tell you. Here's something. What is an association with William Church? William Church of Hunt.
I don't know.
Do you know that his father played in Montrose?
Oh, okay, really? So,
damn.
Okay, yeah. Okay, his father.
Okay, Bill Church. One of my favorite bands of all time.
Montrose? I've got the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I want to hear stories about when you used to do the lunchtime male stripper shit where all the chicks used to come into the bars, and was it Hawaii?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about that.
I want to hear those stories where they're grabbing your shit all day long.
I got my loincloth here. I just want to show you.
Classic.
Just kind of stuff that went on back then. 1974 in Hawaii. Waikiki, yeah.
How long were you there?
Right. I was there for about a year.
And
I'll tell you that year, I'm surprised I'm still alive after that year.
Like, was it like 2 shows a day, you said, or something like that?
4 shows a day.
4 shows a day.
Wow.
All women in the audience. Yeah. They would have loved Jimmy K though, like Jimmy K.
How many illegitimate children do you think are floating around out there on an estimate?
Well, I'll tell you, I used to do a song called "Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree," heavy metal version of it, and there was a lot of ribbons floating around there and tying.
Is there a lot of?
We used to have the nude lunch, you know.
I remember the story was incredible.
Well, you know what?
The women were just like maniacs.
They're pretty wild.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that Sean kind of discovered you later on, as he told me, you know, from the documentary, like a lot of people have, which was cool, right?
Yeah.
And you know, back here in Canada, Sean, you know, we didn't have Manowar, we had Thor. He was our Canadian Manowar, you know.
That's cool.
That's how everybody's called it back in the day. Not to put Thor down in any way, but we had Thor instead of Manowar, so he was more. Manowar wasn't as popular.
You know, I always respected Manowar. You know, I still say I'm the original guy who did the Iron Cross, or whatever you want to call it, the Iron Fist. Because we did. How do you do it? Like,
what is it? That's it. There it is. That's it. That's what I was thinking. Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
It's also in Italian. It means something else. But anyways, Sean, we're going to let you go. The anchor of Metal News. Thank you so much for being on.
Metal Daily News. Thanks for
Metal Daily News.
Thor, good to see you.
Great to see you, and thanks for having fun. You know, thanks for making everything fun and being on the show and doing such a phenomenal job on the album. I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
I mean, I'm amazing.
Hope to meet you sometime soon.
All right, guys, I'll let you go.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay.
See you soon.
Hail
All right.
Hydra. Hail Hydra.
Nice. Look at that. Cool. Very nice.
All right. That's awesome.
That's the
All right.
Metal
Tremendous.
Daily News. That's the anchor of the Metal
Hail.
Daily News. All
Go
right.
promote it.
Okay, so we got one guest left, and that's Mr. Neil Turbin. And where is he? Let's see here. Oh, let me just send him a message.
I was just gonna,
ahead.
yeah, I'm just going up to my room. I have to do this at this time. I've got to do this every time at this time.
Okay.
See my hammer? See the hammer?
I love the hammer. It's amazing. Look at that.
All right, we're going up. We're going up the stairs.
You can beat a steak with that.
Every time in the afternoon, I go up into my room. I'm in my room right now, as you can see.
Okay, let me just send Neil a message here. Maybe he's just waiting here. Hold on. Okay.
All right, you all set?
Jumping on. Oh, there he is. Here he is, right on time. And there we go.
You all set for this? It's the opening for
Oh,
Neil
look
Turbin.
at him. Look at him. He's ready for battle, Mr. Neil Turbin.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up, John
Good to
Michael Thor? Jimmy K.
Hey, man.
How are you?
Great.
I
Great to see you. How's
just
everything?
want to give you a greeting because every time at around 3 o'clock I do this here. I'm on my balcony, and you
Nice.
got the hammer here, and I always go, "Behold the hammer!"
Right on. As long as the dog don't steal it.
And every
Well,
day at
that's
3
what
o'clock you
happens
do that. You
sometimes.
do that every day at 3 o'clock, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of like the church bell, right?
No, it's the dog does take it though sometime. You know, you're right.
Okay.
You gotta be sure it's not. You gotta, keep the dogs away, right?
You gotta keep the dogs away. You know what? You know what's fascinating? I put on "Keep the Dogs Away," and it was released what 79, 80? Thor, when was it released?
It was released first in Canada in '77, and then '78 in the United States.
It's just you put that album on today, and the quality of the sound is just spectacular. What a well-produced album that it's lasted this long. And you could put it on and say, wow, this is a really good sounding album, right? Of course, the remastered makes it better, but you could tell it's good quality.
It's like, it's 24 track and, 2-inch tapes. When you had to splice back then, it's not like digital now. You have to actually use a razor blade to splice it. It was really, really hard to do that and then put it together again. It was a lot harder to analog back then, but you get a rich sound. Those tube machines from the tube machines, you can hear it in that album. It's very rich.
That's it. That's the quality. So Neil Turbin, I love your jacket.
Thanks, man.
It's in the theme of, I guess, some war of some sort.
Yeah.
And whatever I want to tell everybody, there's a song on the new album that Neil sings the chorus of. It's "We Will Fight Forever." Phenomenal job. I mean, you just take that song to another level with and it's not the sort of like the screaming highs everybody's used to with Neil Turbin. This is the soul, Neil Turbin, the soul.
It's beautiful. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
The chanting, the Norwegian chanting, and he just adds so much to that song. Thank you so much, Neil.
It was my honor. It was my honor,
Yeah.
Thor and Jimmy. It's a pleasure to work with John because he's he's a legacy artist that's been around, since obviously the 70s, and someone that's very, very great to work with. In the studio, working with him, even live. I've had the opportunity to share the stage with the band Thor, and he's a mighty Thor for sure. And having that opportunity to work with him, I even helped sell merch one time. So it's a pleasure to work with John because he's great people and treats you like a human being, and it's unpretentious, and that's the first part of it. But but past that, just to tell the story, I met Thor, and I met, I guess, his wife at the time. This is back in 1983, I've got to say. I think it was. And actually, no, it was even earlier than that. It was 82. And this was in farming. It was Elmhurst. There was a venue back there in Long Island, and Thor was playing. And actually, a band that I was part of just prior to leaving that band actually opened for Thor. Oh. So that's why I was, the other reason I was there, because of course I wanted to see Thor, but funds were kind of tight back when you're a teenager, and so I had the opportunity, and I actually spoke with Thor, and it was really awesome to full circle come around here, and now to meet back up with him in Hollywood, and have the opportunity to get on stage with him and to also record. So you couldn't ask for a better person and a better performer. Who else do you know that blows up hot water bottles and bends steel with his teeth and his bare strength on stage, and also just his great ideas and great concepts. This album, Alliance, is quite an album. It has so many phenomenal players on it and people, and to put something like that together is not an easy task. And also I got to give credit to Kevin Swain, who also I've worked with closely as well on the project, so on the album. So it's been a pleasure to have this opportunity, and thank you, Thor. Well,
what can I say? It's hard to believe so many years ago who would know our relationship later on in life, that we'd be doing you would come on the album and do such an incredible performance. And back then you were just a young teenager, in 1983, and then here we are in 2021. See, that's the great thing about music. It connects you for life, practically. There's no escaping it. We have a respect for each other. I have respect for all the guests on the album and the musicians, and there's nothing can break that bond. It's solid as a rock.
Yeah. I got to say that. I'm just going to add to what you're going to say. When I do this show and I meet artists and people like me and people in the business, I think the most I get out of doing a show like this is the friendships. Being friends with you, John, and being friends with Neil and so many others. It's the friendships, really. And, it's the passion, the friendships, and the music, right?
I think it's more so there's a camaraderie in heavy metal more than any other music. Like even with the Beatles, right? John Lennon and Paul McCartney would write songs about how they hated each other, like How Do You Sleep and all that kind of stuff. But I've heard other bands and pop bands that fight with each other all the time. But just like heavy metal, there's special camaraderie. It's just unbelievable.
Like, who would have thought, the young Neil Turbin went to see Thor back in the day, right? And, today you guys are friends and you're talking. And who would have thought the young Jimmy who had Neil Turbin's Fistful of Metal is good friends with Neil today? So, everything sort of, connects together, right? And
yes,
and it's just bizarre. I guess because the community is small and we kind of like all intertwined together. I'm just going to go through this album really fast. And
sure.
I'm just going to give everybody sort of an idea of what you can expect. First of all, you could expect, a great production. I'm really proud of you for that, Thor.
I took it upon your advice, and Kevin Stewart Swain did too, that we better, Jimmy said the next album's got to be incredible production or else. So he said, shit, we better make sure it's good.
I'm hard on people like that.
I'm
hard on people that I believe in. How's that?
It's tough love.
That's right. Muscle Rock with John Gallagher, like I said, it's like his vocals are incredible. Nifel, right? Soilwork singer, right? The Ultimate Alliance that we all know, the video that came out with Chris Holmes, Ross the Boss, Nino Segueta, and Fang von Frankenstein. Ode to Odin Dan Cleary, right, from Striker, great voice. And of course, We Will Fight Forever, Neil, who it's like a metal song, but there's a lot of soul in the chorus, which I really dig from Neil. And Because We Are Strong, that was the bagpipe song that we were talking about. Rock Around the World, a really fun track with Danko Jones. I guess you guys share vocal duties. Queen of the Spider,
Yes.
a little more of a jazzy offbeat track with Frank Soda. That's really cool. Power Hungry. I'm trying to remember Power Hungry. Who's guessed on that one? Does anybody guess on that one?
I am the guest.
Don't guess.
Bounty Hunter. You got a lot of, bottom line is you got a lot of metal songs. You got a little bit of jazz in there. You got even a sort of a post-punk song like Generation Now. You know, when I first heard Generation
Frank
Now,
Meyer.
and that's
Yeah.
Frank Meyer. When I first said, I thought it was, you guys were doing a cover song. You guys are doing a cover song of, some band in the late or early 80s. Sorry, early 80s, right after the punk movement.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. But enough of that. And I guess the album sort of ends off again with We Will Fight, a reprise with Neil Turbin doing the, sort of like a guitar solo doing the verse, replacing you, Thor. And then, and then Neil singing the chorus, which is really cool. So yeah, even Al Harlow from Prism, right? Prism is on a track too.
Yes,
right?
on Good Stuff.
And Good Stuff. Another cool little
Yeah.
song. So it's bottom line is it's got a diverse sort of musical direction, we'll call it. I don't know. Neil, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that on the track that I did with Thor, I really kind of was checking it out, and we were listening to it ahead of time, and contemplating, and it was kind of a build it. I had some ideas, and I came to Thor, and I just said, this is my melodic idea for the chorus to really kind of build that chorus and back what he's doing. I didn't want to step on what he's doing. I definitely wanted to support him and do it in that respect. And then also I had this idea for the section where the guitar solo, just before the guitar solo happened, and there was this big space where it was like an instrumental part, but it wasn't a guitar solo. So I thought to myself, okay, well, this is a perfect area where you could have this chant. And I know Thor, is playing to audiences around the world, and what a great opportunity to have a chant on the album. I don't know if there was one on other songs, but I knew that this was the spot to try something out. And he was like, yeah, go for it, man. And I did, and I was hoping that he'd like it, and I would have kept going and done more stuff if we had more time. But it was just such an honor and a great collaboration to work with Thor on this, and Kevin, and it was great performing at the Whiskey with Thor, and also with the other guys. I know Ted was there from the folks over there in I think, is it Wisconsin or something, or the other side of the country, your band
somewhere there, Midwest.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, from Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Colorado. Those guys. So
and then
it truly was an alliance, of people from all around the world.
I'm trying to think of the name of Josephus and the Brian's Jonestown Massacre, if I even got the name.
Oh, they're from those guys are incredible. They're from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, and they were backing you on this last go around around the state.
I remember that.
That's right.
And they were great guys, and it was just a lot of fun to be part of that. And I think wasn't it Betsy that was there too?
Yeah, that's right. Bitch was there, and they played tremendous. Betsy's very beautiful, and she's a tremendous vocalist, and I think she's got more muscular definition than I do right now.
You are Thor. So.
No, she's amazing though. She trains all the time with the weights.
All right.
I told her we're going to have an arm wrestle next time I see her.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I don't know. I think we've pretty much covered the whole album and all the guests. And the release date, once again, is
July 16th.
The 39th, yes. Neil, the 39th album by Thor. 39 albums. That's a lot of albums.
Maybe I better stop while I'm ahead. What do you think?
Never.
40. We're waiting for 40. Neil, what else you got to promote, Neil?
Well, I'm just working with my band in LA, Neil Turbin Eastlos. I've been doing singer-songwriter stuff, me playing acoustic guitar and singing vocals, also my Gretsch Black Falcon, and, doing some other types of singing, and also, of course, Bleed the Hunger and Death Riders. Probably got something coming soon, just to release maybe a single, so people can check that out. And also, I'm working with a band that I used to work with in the 80s and the early 90s. The band was called Wrecking Crew. That was the evolution of the band, but it was originally a band that formed from a band called Blue Ruin, Bobby Piper, who was in XYZ. And we've got a whole bunch of tracks there. And, that also has Joe Cristofanelli on bass, Joe Perfumi on drums, Bobby Piper on guitar. So that's something that we're going to be pursuing. And also, I'll probably write some songs with Kevin from Thor's band, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, oh, geez.
Stealing Kevin already, huh?
Nah, we're not.
What happens.
We're just going to write some songs.
Make everybody stars, and then
Swain Turbin. That's the new band,
away.
Swain Turbin.
You want to write some songs? Maybe send them your way, Thor. So.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then,
no, I'm just kidding. You're an incredible songwriter and singer. Really are. No, I want to do some songs with you too. Absolutely.
Let's do it. And then
vocal power. Neil Turbin, firepower.
Yeah, I do vocal. Vocal master session training for all types of singers, very experienced touring singers, as well as, beginning singers and ones that are up and coming and intermediate. So, just a different methodology, that encompasses, of course, the standard, types of training that you get in school that would encompass, not only music theory ideas, but also, proper drills and training like that, but also taking it to another level, so you can really, take the benefit of someone who's been out on the road and someone who has been sick or has been, you wake up in the morning and you got, gravelly throat, that sort of thing. You still have to do a gig, and then you got 20 more gigs after that. So how do you face that? So there's those type of scenarios, and I think, being faced with that, then you learn how to deal with it. And then there's the factor of no sleep. These are the human conditions where you heal naturally from sleep, and if you don't get any, well, that's another thing that you want to try to figure how do you work around that. So those are the kind of things we go over, but obviously getting deep into the working on, what's going to help that individual. So it's a very specific, very specific thing to a singer. But I just wanted to say that also I was just contacted and spoke with, you'll laugh at this one, Jimmy, Greg Walls, who I used to play in a band with. So, once I get my stuff back up and running here, I'm just going to be probably working on a song with Greg, because why not? We played in a band together.
So Greg Walls is the original guitarist of Anthrax. Yeah, so it's going to be called the Walls Turbin Swain Project.
No. These are different things. So we're not lumping them all together and
I hear you. All right, so cool stuff. It's cool stuff.
And I really
guys,
look forward to the release for Thor's album, Thor Alliance. It's not about me. It's about Thor, and it's about Cleopatra Records, July 16th, correct? And Thor, what will those? What will be the? I don't know if you guys already covered it, but will it be? I guess you probably did vinyl and CD, cassette tape. I mean, has that already been covered? How you're digitally format?
Everything known to man, and that will be known to man. We hard copy, digital, you name it. Spotify, red vinyl. We got silver platters. It'll be pretty
silver
cool,
platters.
Yeah, silver platters. It'll be like a flying saucer, and then we also have the CD, of course. The CD has 17 songs, and the vinyl has 12 songs, because you only can fit so much on a vinyl. But speaking of that, I think I heard the mailman just a minute. Hold on.
Amazon. Oh, look at that.
It's looks like a check from Cleopatra Records.
Nice. Look at that.
Yeah, get that.
Wow, right at the same time we're talking about it, huh?
Look
I
at
dare
those
not
guys.
open it. I'll wait till it'll be like a surprise for later.
Oh wow.
All right, guys, we got to stop now. I appreciate, Neil, your time. Thank you so much, John. Celebration of your the new Thor album, Alliance. Everybody,
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jimmy, and it's a pleasure.